Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk. What's up, everybody? Big Hurt, fresh out, getting down with another episode of Prison Talk. I want to say thank you for tuning in and also subscribing on the motherfucking bell. We love y'all. We thank you for the questions. If you have a question, you can shoot it to us at FreshOutSeries@gmail.com, and make sure you go to the website, which is FreshOutSeries.com, and subscribe. Now, I want to talk about this for a while. It's about Centoya Brown, who was sentenced to life in prison because she killed a man who bought her at age 16. 13 years later, she's still in prison fighting her case. Now, Centoya was basically sold to a 43-year-old Nashville realtor named Johnny Allen, who used her for sex. She eventually shot and killed Allen after being taken to his home. Now, I look at this situation. She was tried as an adult, found guilty of murder and prostitution. She will not be eligible for parole until she's 69. How does that work? She's not eligible for parole till 69, but she was taken at 16 years old, forced to have sex. Even if she was having sex with this man, he was in the wrong. So for her to kill him, is that not justified? I mean, if that was your daughter and some motherfucker was in his, how old was this guy? 43 years old, and he was having sex with her, what would you do? If that was your sister, what would you do? See, now that's a fucking injustice. But then you turn around and we have Smallville actor Allison Mack. She's involved in a sex trafficking ring, and she was granted $5 million bail by the feds. So she's out at home on home confinement. The guy's locked up. He got busted in Mexico, and basically feds let her out so she can roll on him. She's gonna give up all the motherfucking juice. Yeah, they were involved in a professional development company called NXIVM. And supposedly she helped recruit women and get and basically proposition them to have sex with Keith Rayner, who was I guess the head so-called quote cult leader. See, when you look at the two, on one end you have a child who was forced to have sex, and at any given point in time, she was, I believe, justified in taking this motherfucker out the game. But then you have this actress who was knowingly, as an adult, participating in the sex ring, and she's out on bail. This young girl's not gonna get out or look at even getting out until she's 69. She should have been released. Well, how does that bias work? That's what I mean about the justice system. You can't expect to have equal justice when we're not dealing with equal justice. And if you don't have the money, you don't have the celebrity status, you're not going to get the action somebody like her would get. Harvey Weinstein, another predator. You ain't heard nothing else about it. He got money. He's out, ain't worried, he got a ton of lawyers, and he could pay motherfuckers off. And he probably knows of other people who are doing the same thing, so he can spill the beans. See, the game is at a whole nother level, because I've never seen any pimps, any street hustlers get out on bail for anything close to this. So this is a total disparity in the law. And when you talk about like justice, I think justice has not been served in this situation, especially with the young girl. You know, a lot of people want to say, oh, well, she was already fucking, dude, she's 16. So you're going to say it's justified? Now, the person who said that they'd be the same motherfucker trying to fuck on a 16-year-old, so they would need their motherfucking wig split. You know, it's just not right. Now, as far as the Smallville actress, Allison Mack, you know, the women, most of them were probably adults. So as far as the sex trafficking ring, I don't know to what extent this ring was involved in forcing these women to have sex, but I know that this organization actually had a lot of prominent individuals involved in it. Therefore, those individuals, if they knew anything about this, could be co-conspirators. So I don't see this case going very far, and I don't think we're going to hear a lot else about it. It's something that a lot of people don't want to be brought up on subpoenas. They don't want to have to go to court to testify. Therefore, it's going to be something that just quietly goes away. But yeah, it's a shame that shit like this happens, but it just goes to show you what skin tone can do and also what money and connections can do. And like I said, this is tied into something bigger than just a sex trafficking, because this organization had been around for quite some time. And of course, you got your boy, Dirty Bill Cosby. Yeah, you know, drugging these women, having sex with them. And a lot of people say, well, it was a witch hunt because Bill was trying to buy NBC. You know, he was a prominent black person. He was doing all this stuff. Well, Bill, at the same time, said a lot of harsh things about the black community, black men, people taking responsibility for their actions. And it don't matter how bad a person sagged their pants and cussed, Bill was worse than all that. Because he was drugging, he was the most prolific, probably serial rapist of the 20th century. You see, that's what I mean about pointing the finger and calling the kettle black. But on his case, you know, I think that whatever happened, Bill had it coming to him. You know, Bill was a dirty motherfucker. But, you know, comparing all the situations, we'll see how she comes out being a white female. We already see Bill's probably gonna get his motherfucking wig split. He's gonna, you know, when it comes to sentencing, I think they're gonna try to set example to Bill. Now, the Centoya Brown, they should release her ass. She's a motherfucking champion. You know, she handled her business, and I think that young people, to try her as an adult, you know, this guy was prominent, so he probably had a lot of influence, and his family was trying to say, oh, this girl, she just murdered. Nah, dude, if you were fucking on her, you need you need your wig split. You're a piece of shit. And to all the other motherfuckers out there fucking with these young girls, you know what the motherfucking legal age is. And you know when a person is consenting and not consenting. She, if it assumed was consent, maybe at some point it wasn't consent, but she was underage. The Smallville situation, those were grown women, so I can't really say how involved they were in what they were doing and if it was consensual. Bill didn't do anything consensual. Bill was just a motherfucking pervert. You know, he had a celebrity status and he still couldn't talk himself into pussy. Harvey, I didn't even go into him, but we already know what's up with Harvey. Harvey was a cold gangster with it. You know, Harvey would basically force himself into a situation, and because he got big billions, you don't hear nothing else about it. So compare all four, do your research, send us a comment, holler at us, but let me know what you think about this fucking justice system when you got shit like this going on. And then I just seen another situation before I leave y'all where this guy, this Masonry man, pleads guilty. He had over 1 million videos of child pornography, looking at 120 years, and he got probation. Take a look at this motherfucker. Probation. Straight piece of shit. You guys tell me what you think. Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.